Hello friends, today I am going to explain the spherical coordinate system. In spherical coordinate system, the position of the point is represented by r, theta and pi. So the same position can be represented in Cartesian coordinate system as p of x, comma, y and z. So in Cartesian coordinates, p, x, y, z is nothing but to reach that point we travel a distance of x units along x direction and y units along y direction and z units along z direction. Then we reach this point and this point is represented by xyz. But in spherical coordinates the same point can be represented as r, theta and pi. So r is nothing but that is the distance between the origin to the point P. So that is represented by r, its magnitude of distance from origin to this position P. And theta is nothing but the angle made by this line joining from origin to this P vector with z axis. So that is represented by theta. And pi is nothing but you take the projection of this line on xy plane. So this is the actual line which joins the origin and point P. And the projection of this OP on xy plane is OP prime. This is the projection of this OP on xy plane as OP prime. So this OP prime makes an angle of pi with the x-axis. So the angle made by the projection of this vector OP on xy plane with an x-axis is called pi. So these are the three positions r, theta and pi are called the spherical coordinates of the point. And we can express the spherical coordinates in terms of Cartesian coordinates. That means we can transform the equation from spherical coordinates to Cartesian coordinates and Cartesian coordinates to spherical coordinates. To get the relation between spherical and Cartesian coordinates, first I am taking this triangle OP P prime. So this is OP P prime is a triangle. So because it is this dotted line is a normal drawn to the xy plane which is parallel to the z axis. So z axis ki this one is parallel and this makes an angle of 90 degrees because it is a xy is a horizontal plane and this is a vertical line. Then it makes an angle of 90 degrees. Then in this triangle, so here it is theta because here it is theta and this dotted line and z axis both are parallel. To these parallel lines we draw a line which is intersecting with an angle of theta here. Then here also the angle is theta. And so in this triangle we can use the cos theta formula. The cos theta because here to this angle this is adjacent side and this one is opposite side because here is the perpendicular. Here is the 90 degrees. That's why this one is adjacent side and this one is opposite side. We can use the cos theta formula. So cos theta is equals to P prime by OP. OP is equals to that is R and P prime is same. And P prime is equals to R cos theta. The P prime is nothing but that is a height from xy plane to along vertical direction. The position of this point. So that is z is equals to we can write this height I am considering as z, then z is equals to r cos theta. Similarly in the same triangle I am taking sin theta. So here this is opposite side. So I am considering the opposite side is equals to rho. Then opposite side is this one and hypotenuse is this one. Then sin theta is equals to OP prime by OP. So this is OP prime by OP is the hypotenuse. Then rho by r. Therefore rho is equals to r sin theta. So that means this rho is equals to we can write r sin theta. And I am using another triangle. This is OAP prime. OAP prime. So this projection edge P prime here itself and this from this position we draw a line perpendicular to the x-axis. This is perpendicular. In the same way from the P prime, we can draw a line perpendicular to the y-axis also. So that makes an angle of 90 degrees. And this OB is equals to y, and that is also equals to AP prime. And OA is equals to x, that is also equals to P prime B. Then we can find this one. So in triangle OA prime, OA P prime, this one is OA P prime. So in this triangle I am writing cos pi, this is pi and this is adjacent side and this is hypotenuse. OA by OP prime, that is equals to OA is equals to x by rho. Therefore we can write x is equals to rho cos pi. Since rho is equals to r sin theta, already we derived this one. Then if you replace rho is equals to r sin theta, therefore x is equals to r sin theta cos pi. The same triangle I am applying sin pi. Sin pi is equals to this is opposite side, that is AP prime by OP prime. AP prime by OP prime, that is equals to y by rho. Therefore y is equals to rho sin pi. Since rho is equals to r sin theta, therefore y is equals to r sin theta sin pi. So these three equations are called the transformation equations. That is, one is the first equation, x is equals to r sin theta cos pi and y is equals to r sin theta sin pi and z is equals to r cos theta. So these are the transformation equations which transforms the spherical coordinates into Cartesian coordinates. In the same way, we can convert the Cartesian coordinates into spherical coordinates by using these formulas, which can be derived from these equations. So, or just you say squaring of all these three equations and adding, then you will get this form. That is r is equals to under root of x square plus y square plus z square. And dividing the second equation with first equation, you will get tan pi. Tan pi is equals to y by z, y by x. That is equal to pi is equals to tan inverse of y by x. Similarly, cos theta is equals to z by r. Theta is equals to cos inverse of z by r is nothing but under root of x square plus y square plus z square. These are the Cartesian coordinates. And coming to the limits of these spherical coordinates, r can be taken from 0 to infinity. You see in this figure, just you have taken, I am taking only x, y, z 3 coordinate axis, and the position of the r, that is nothing but the spherical structure is increasing. That is the radius of the sphere is increasing with increasing of r value. Now if you come to theta 0 to pi, so actually the theta is nothing but that is the angle made by the position vector which makes an angle with the z axis. Then this theta can be changed from 0 to pi, means from here to here it will be changed, and that means you will get like this. And pi is equals to, it changes from 0 to 2 pi. So here it is pi, and this pi will be changes from 0 to 2 pi, then you will get a circle in the horizontal plane. So whenever you fix a particular position of r, and if you change from theta and pi, then you will get a sphere with constant radius. So r is fixed. R is fixed means this one. And theta is changing from 0 to pi. That means you are getting this side. And pi is changing 180 degrees like this. So depending on these three quantities, you will get a spherical symmetric structure. So in that way, the limitations of these spherical coordinates can be taken in this way. And this concept can be explained by using a model, spherical coordinate system model. I will show that. So this is the model to understand the spherical coordinate system. And this is the position in the spherical coordinate system, which is represented by r, theta and pi. And the line joining this point from origin, it is having a length of small r. Small r is the length of this vector which joins the line from origin to this position. And this one is a x-axis. Here it is written. And this one is a y-axis. And this one is a vertical one is a z-axis. This is z-axis. And the position vector which joins the origin to this point, it is represented by smaller, and the projection of this vector in xy plane, this is xy plane, so in this xy plane it is represented by this one. So this is the normal drawn from this position vector to this projection vector, and so from this projection we can draw a perpendicular to the x-axis and also y-axis also. Then this origin to this projection, the length equals to rho, and here it is theta, and here also it is theta. Then we are using this triangle. So in this triangle, this is right angle. Then if you write cos theta is equals to, this is adjacent side by hypotenuse is smaller. That adjacent side is equals to, we can write hypotenuse into cos theta, that is z is equals to, adjacent side is nothing but z, that is equals to r cos theta. The same way we can use the sin theta. Sin theta is equals to, this is the opposite side by hypotenuse. Therefore we can write opposite side is equals to hypotenuse into sin theta, that is r sin theta. R sin theta, that is equals to rho. And in this triangle, here it is pi. The angle made by this projection with the x-axis is pi. Then in this triangle, here it is 90 degrees. Then we can use cos pi. Cos pi is equals to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse equals to rho, and that is equals to r sin theta. Then adjacent side is equals to hypotenuse into cos pi. So that hypotenuse is equals to rho into cos pi. But rho is equals to r sin theta. Therefore we can write x is equals to r sin theta cos pi. Similarly, we can write sin pi. Sin pi is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse. So that hypotenuse is equals to rho r sin theta. Therefore we can write opposite side, that is y, is equals to rho sin pi. That rho is equals to r sin theta sin pi. So in this way we can convert the spherical coordinates into Cartesian coordinates. That Cartesian coordinates equations are x is equals to r sin theta cos pi, y is equals to r sin theta sin pi, and z is equals to r cos theta. So this is the spherical coordinate system.